The Australia/New Zealand trip, led by Mr. Weisbrod and Mrs. Leska, lasted 2 weeks in the beginning of June. The 17-hour plane ride was worth it, as kids experienced the Great Barrier Reef, Sydney Opera House, and got to be on the set of The Hobbit.
The trip to Germany consisted of 7 students who went and stayed with the host families. We went to major cities such as Cologne, Trier, and Frankfurt. We followed our host students around to see how they lived their life. We went to an old town in Frankfurt, and we also went separate ways when we were with our host family.
200 choir, band, and orchestra students went on a trip to San Diego in 2015. We went to places like SeaWorld, Disneyland, and toured the USS Midway. We also performed at different venues. The band performed in SeaWorld and the choir and orchestra performed on the Midway. It was definitely a trip none of us will ever forget.
On April 5th, the a cappella choir will be traveling to San Francisco, California. Every 2 years, the choir gets to go on a big trip to another city outside of the state of Minnesota. The kids have been raising a lot of money, and while we're in San Francisco, we'll be going to Alcatraz, seeing a number of museums, going to the beach, as well as having a bunch of public performances and workshops.
So this year, Mr. Weisbrod and myself are going to Greece and Italy for our EF tour. We love traveling. We think every kid should do it. It's a huge learning experience and some fun opportunities. We tend to take 11th and 12th graders. We go in the summer. It's a super great time. We're super excited. We're going to be going into Italy first in Rome, where we're going to see the Roman Forum, the Roman history, which is amazing, incredible builders, the Colosseum. We're going to get to see the Vatican, Sistine Chapel, beautiful art, a lot of the good stuff from the Renaissance. We'll be up in Florence and see David. Then we're going to go to Athens, over in Greece, which, I mean, we're talking the birthplace of democracy. Incredible. The beginnings of the Olympics. We'll get to see the amphitheaters and the whole Acropolis, everything there. And then we're going to finish with the Greek islands.
They've asked me to talk a little bit about Close-Up, the Close-Up program. It's a program in Virginia that allows kids to travel to Washington, D.C. with a few chaperones. We go every other year, and this year I'm taking 18 fabulous seniors, and we are going in March. The Close-Up program is kind of designed around understanding government, economics, and politics, and so when we go out there we get a chance to see just about all of those things. Some of the highlights would be going to the Capitol, meeting our Congress people, the Holocaust Museum, just being in an atmosphere that you learn from as you're there.
I am Senora Plants, and I have traveled with students outside the United States for over 40 years. I have believed in educational trips. I have taken students to Spain and Mexico and Costa Rica. Again this year I'll be traveling with a group of 8 students to Mexico. We will fly into Mexico City, where we will see the pyramids, we'll see the Ballet Folklorico, we will see the Latin American Tower. Then we will move eastward to Veracruz, going down the coast, ending up in Cancun. Along our way we will visit a lot of historic sites, and the big focus will be the archaeological finds of the pyramids.
I'm Mrs. Kowalski, and I teach German here, and I have a group of students who will be traveling to Germany with me in June. This is about the 10th group of students that I'm bringing, and the last 5 trips we go to a partner school in Germany in the town of Hermeskeil. So we'll be leaving actually at the end of May, and we'll fly into Frankfurt, and from there go to our partner school in Hermeskeil and live with host families and go to school there for 2.5 weeks. And then we'll be taking a train into Munich and seeing some of the highlights around there. So some of the major castles there. We're going to visit a concentration camp. We'll go to the BMW Museum. And then in the fall, those same students that we stay with will be coming back and staying here in Virginia and have the opportunity to live with Minnesota families and see, everything that the Northland has to offer.